Welcome back. It is Wednesday, November 15th in the NBA. My four favorite picks are on the way. Before I dive into the picks, let's talk about yesterday, a 1-3 day. After a 17-5 run over, a 4 to 5 day span, last couple days haven't been good. And we're going to have losing days here and there, but yesterday things did not go our way. Halliburton did his job. We appreciate him. Westbrook did not get his job done. Only 12 field goal attempts, went 4 for 12, missed like 4 straight layups. Could have been argued that he was fouled on a couple of them, but just did not get the job done. Our first 2-unit loss of the season. I think we're 3-1 on our 2-unit play. So, if we can hit them at a 75% clip, I don't think anyone would have complained, but a loss there. Our Ingram, Luka, Zion, SGP just did not stand a chance. That game was a blowout. Who would have expected the Pelicans to blow out them? That's how the NBA's been the past couple days. And then ladder challenge lost on day one by 2 points. Chet Holmgren needed one more point from him. Zion, we needed 20. He only ended with 19. Just a bad day overall, but we're going to bounce back today. We always do. We're going to bounce back after some bad days. Hopefully today is a 4-0 day. The ladder challenge will return today. If it loses today, then we'll probably hang it up for a little bit, but I'm really confident in today's picks. We got a lot of good legs out there. I think will be some easy sweat-free winners, knock on wood. So let's hopefully get those. We'll post that, I don't know, I'll say around 10:30, 11 a.m. Eastern. I'll put the link to the YouTube short down below, but we'll try to get that out live pretty early today because there's a lot of legs out there that I do like that we might not necessarily talk about in this video, but there are some that I really do like out there. Now, before we dive in, you get $200 in bonus bets on BetMGM. If you want to take advantage of the details down below, sign up top, link in the description, make a $10 bet. You get $200 in bonus bets. So check it out if it's available in your state. Always important to line shop if you have most sports. The more sports books you can have to line shop, the better, as some books move lines quicker. And so even the first pick of today will be on BetMGM, where they have the best odds this morning. Also worth noting, BetMGM sometimes a little bit slower on the player props. So sometimes that means their lines don't change a ton. And sometimes they put out very soft lines compared to the market. So definitely, if you want to sign up for BetMGM, all details down below. But like I said, the first bet is on BetMGM. Let's talk about Dennis Schroder, over 21.5 points plus assists, minus 120 on BetMGM. Now, personally, I would play this at 22.5. In my opinion, Dennis either crushes this line or he doesn't get near it. And look, if you want to look at the lines, if it goes up to 22.5, check his PRA line, see if they bump that one up as well. Sometimes you see when I post picks to our DubClub in the morning, sometimes they bump up my original pick, but don't move up his other line. So sometimes you can get that 24.5 PRAs, which I would much prefer if the line was 24.5 PRAs as opposed to taking 22.5 points plus assists. Because we know Dennis, he can go out there and snag at least 2 rebounds, potentially even 3, 4, maybe even 5, and get you some better value there. But let's talk about Dennis, who's treated us nicely so far this season. And you look at him, he's played pretty well for the Raptors. 15.4 points per game, 7.7 assists per game, 23.1 points plus assists. Now, he has hit this over in 6 of 10 games. He's actually coming off 2 bad games. One was 18 points plus assists versus Boston. He did not play in the fourth quarter as they lost by 23. Another one, 10 points plus assists in a very good matchup against the Wizards, but he's shot 1 for 12 from the field. Look, I'm here to report if Dennis goes 1 for 12 or 1 for 10 or 1 for 7, he will not be hitting this over because he just does not have the volume to get it done. But I expect this guy, he's a trusted veteran. He's played in the NBA a long time. I expect guys like that to know how to bounce back after a bad spot, to get back into knocking down shots that they normally make. And look, this is Dennis Schroder. He's been in the league for a while. He's a veteran. He'll get back to not shooting 1 for 12 from the field. And it's a great matchup for him against the Milwaukee Bucks. Earlier this season, we took it the same exact prop against the Bucks. He had 24 points, 11 assists, 35 points plus assists. Only needed 29 minutes. I don't think he played in the third or the fourth quarter in that one, as the Bucks got blown out in that matchup. Now, OG Anunoby and Gary Trent Jr. are on the injury report, both listed doubtful. They did both play in that game where they blew out the Bucks, but they're both doubtful today. I'm not really concerned if either of them does come back in or play. Honestly, neither of those two guys are very high, usage guys, and they're good assist options if they do randomly want to come back in. But if they aren't out there, then the ball obviously will go to Dennis Schroder's hands a little bit more. And this has just been a matchup we talked about in that last time against Damian Lillard against the Bucks. We liked this matchup against Dame, who just is not the best defender. In his last 5 games versus Lillard, he's at 35, 8, 32, 24, and 28 points plus assists, going over in 4 of 5. Look, when Dennis typically goes under this line, it's because he shoots poorly from the field. He's only shot less than 40% 3 times this season. So I like him to bounce back here. This is a Bucks team that always does a great job at packing the paint, making you beat them from the 3-pointer or from the mid-range, and that's exactly where Dennis does his job. He also can get to the free throw line too. And ultimately, I don't see a great matchup for Siakam and Barnes. So I think this is more of a Dennis game where we could see him honestly score 20 points, but we know his assist chances are there. So Dennis has been good to us this season. We'll keep rolling with him. Take his over for 21.5 points plus assists as my first pick of the day. Now, my second pick is going to be a guy we really haven't talked about a ton, but I like his matchup today against his former team, Nikola Vucevic, over 20.5 points, minus 105 on DraftKings. Personally, I don't think this line goes to 21.5. If it does, kind of be out on that line, but I would play this about -125. If you want to put him in for 20 points into a same game parlay or something like that, that's fine too. But I really do like Vooch in this matchup against his former team, the Orlando Magic. Now, I'm not saying there's a little bit of bad blood here, because the exit from Vooch getting traded to Chicago wasn't really, a nasty one, but Vooch this season, he's played pretty well, and he's averaging 17.6 points per game. He has looked better as of late, scoring 26, 21, and 26 points in these last three. And now DeMar DeRozan is out due to personal reasons. Now, I'm not necessarily saying, DeMar DeRozan, his usage is just going to be picked up right by Vucevic. It's probably going to be more of a collective by the committee, but obviously it helps if DeMar DeRozan's out. The game should still be close against Orlando, and more shots are going to go around to other guys, which hopefully Vooch, if he picks up one or two more of those, heck, that's better for us here. But over the last three games, we've seen Vooch, his attempts are there. I mean, you look at him, 19, 17, and 24 field goal attempts. Those are in games DeMar DeRozan attempted 20, 19, and 14. So while other guys are going to pick up the slack like Kobe White and Zach LaVine will shoot more, maybe we can see some more field goal attempts for Vooch. I mean, heck, if he gets 19, 17, 20, he gets in that realm of possibility, I think he hits us over regardless, but if he even gets closer to, 18 to 20, 22 field goal attempts, this should be an easy one for him. Vooch is a guy that, when he shoots the ball, he's obviously going to score. Not a guy that takes, a lot of fadeaway mid-ranges and tough contested shots. He's mostly taken, uncontested mid-ranges or three-pointers, which I kind of like this matchup against Orlando. And Vucevic has attempted 15-plus field goal attempts in 7 games this season, and he's over this line in 5 of 7. In his last 6 games without DeMar DeRozan, he's averaged 25.8 points per game on nearly 20 field goal attempts. So look, if he can continue that momentum and continue that usage tonight, I really like this matchup against the Magic, who really don't have a good defender against him. Now, the Magic have had a good defense this season, but they also haven't faced a lot of, guard or a lot of centers or big men that are really aggressive. The only one they've really faced is Anthony Davis, and he scored 26 and 28 points against them. Vucevic is a guy that sometimes he gets those pin downs down low, and they get it to him, and he gets some easy lands, easy hook shots, and that's just the matchup I really like him against Goga Badazzi or Mo Wagner. He should have his opportunities. Goga, not a guy that really comes out of the paint, so we should see Vucevic with some open threes tonight, but I really do think Vucevic gets his looks in the mid-range, and hopefully he starts knocking them down. Should be a close game against the Orlando Magic. I like backing him at home in this spot where he should shoot about 18 to 20 times. So, Vooch, we need 21 points from you. Go get your over 20.5 is my second pick of the day. Now, my third pick is actually going to go back to the game we already talked about. I know there's a lot of games on this slate, but this is actually a really good spot. I want to take this one, and I don't normally back two guys on the same team, and this one I'm not necessarily backing two of them. I'm actually fading one of them. It's Pascal Siakam. I like his under 24.5 points, -113 on FanDuel. I don't take a lot of unders, and honestly, if this one doesn't hit, I probably won't take a lot going forward, just because no one likes losing an under. I swear, I get, if I lose an under, I get 10 times more comments about losing that pick than I do if I lose an over, because that's just how it works. No one likes betting unders, but I think this is a good spot to fade Pascal Siakam. And in an ideal world, if we get a Dennis Schroder masterclass, he drops like a 30-point piece, we would be in a great spot to cash this one. But I just think this is a tough matchup for Pascal Siakam against a very good, tough Bucks interior defense. Well, sure, Gary Trent Jr. and OG Anunoby are not in the game, and so maybe Pascal Siakam sees more usage, but I don't necessarily know if the more usage equals more points in this certain instance. It's going to be a lot of shots probably, but not going to be great quality shots for Siakam. And so far this season, it's a guy averaging 19.5 points per game. He is under this line in 7 of 10 games. In the 3 games he went over, he shot above 60% in all 3 of those games. Look, I love Siakam. He's interesting. He's fun to watch. He's been cool to see his development as an NBA player. But if he's shooting 60% or better, sure, he's going to go over the line, but that's not his league average. He's probably league average around 48 to 50%. So sure, he's going to hit the over in the good matchups where he shoots well, like he did against the Wizards and then against the Mavericks. But this is also a team in the Bucks that does not allow a ton of points in the paint. You look at the 2 games that he absolutely went berserk, scoring 31 and 39 points. Mavericks, who give up a lot of points in the paint, and the Wizards, who give up the most points in the paint. This is a game against the Bucks, who give up the 7th fewest points per game in the paint. And in their matchup earlier this season, Siakam did hit the over, 26 points, only 13 field goal attempts, and he went 5 for 8 from three-pointer. Look, if Siakam makes 5 threes tonight, tip my cap to him, because I don't know how many times he's done that in his career, but I bet you can count them on one hand, heck, maybe 2 hands max, because that's not Siakam's game, knocking down 5 3-pointers. So look, at the end of the day, what it told me is that he just did not get a lot of work underneath, and he just had to rely on knocking down jump shots. And if that's the case, I will live with Siakam knocking down 5 threes and burning me. Look, that's just not something that happens a whole lot. In Siakam's last 9 games versus Giannis Antetokounmpo, all since the start of the 2019 season, he's averaged 19.9 points per game, gone under in 6 of 9. In the 3 games he went over, he shot 50% or better. So look, if he shoots better than his normal average, he's probably going to go over. But if he shoots worse than his normal average, just in a bad matchup, he's probably going to go under. So I'm fine fading Pascal Siakam against the Bucks team with a lot of interior, guys in there with Giannis, got Brook Lopez, and even have Bobby Portis off the bench, all the contest shots in the paint. So I know Pascal will attempt a lot of shots tonight, but I don't think he necessarily goes over this line. I think he probably gets close to 20 to 22 points, but 25 is a tough one and a tough spot unless he starts knocking down 5 threes again, which that's the case. Like I said, tip my cap to him, but I don't think that's the case. I'll fade Pascal Siakam. I'll back his teammate, Dennis Schroder, and hopefully those both cash, and hopefully it's rather sweat-free. Hopefully Dennis is going off tonight for us. But finally, my fourth pick of the day will be our ladder challenge. I know it's been a disappointing last 2 days with the ladder, but we're still going to run it back. Like I said, we play these each for 1 unit. So if you don't even want to do the rollover where you're betting $10 each day, trying to turn it into 10 grand, I'm still confident in every single ladder. That's why we play them for 1 unit. We're 6 and 3 on them, up a little over 3, almost 4 units on them. So that's how we try to do it. But of course, if you want to back all the other plays, go for it. It's your guys' money. Back whatever you're feeling confident in as well. As always, let me know your favorite picks down below. It is Austin. I'm signing out. Let's have a bounce back day. Let's go 4-0. Bring out the brooms tomorrow on a very short slate for Thursday. I'll have my Thursday night football video live a little bit later on this afternoon/evening. I'll see you guys then. Ladder challenge will be posted soon. When it is, I'll link the YouTube short on the screen, which I'll also post in the pinned comment. Let's get back to winning, guys. I know it's no fun losing. The vibes are low. Let's have a good day. We'll see you guys back again tomorrow with some more winners. See you then. Peace.